We open our time capsule to look back at some true icons of days gone by. Signs. Whether plain or fancy, signs often tell us a lot about a variety of products and services of the past. When it comes to old signs, the American Sign Museum in Cincinnati is a time capsule in and of itself. There are hundreds of signs, some dating back to the early 1900s, when gold leaf lettering was the fashion in sign making. Todd Swarmstead, the museum founder, has a long association with the sign industry. He's a former editor of a sign industry magazine called Signs of the Times. The museum's collection also includes some of the first lighted signs, using simply light bulbs. And of course, plenty of neon signs that form a category all of their own. Neon signs have been around since the 1920s.
The way you animate neon is you do layers of it. I turn this off, you're going to see there's 3 circles of neon stacked on top of each other, but each circle is a little offset from each other like a stack of pancakes on your plate. When I plug this back in, what you're going to see is that these light up in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Swarmstead said the museum is especially popular with senior citizens who love to remember the way things were.
We do a lot of tours for families and particularly of the public senior groups. I think they can really relate to the museum. It's a walk down a memory lane, and it's good memories. I think that's the best part of it. It's you know, they may remember their first kiss at a drive-in when they see a drive-in sign, et cetera, et cetera. Go Golf. This is one sign. This is late 50s. This would have gone on top of a Gulf gasoline station, almost like a billboard on top of the gas station. You can see how they slanted the G and the O and the word go to kind of create that effect of speed.
A lot of visitors especially enjoy what Swarmstead called roadside America signs, many from the era before the interstate highways.
I think the interest in roadside Americana is kind of reaction or maybe softer, a response to this fast-paced world that we live in today, this kind of throwaway world where consumer products are not meant to last. Think about roadside culture. It really started with the advent of the state routes in the 30s and 40s, and then with the in response to all the interstates that were built in the late 50s, people still like the old state routes with the roadside attractions, you know, and these are things like the largest ball of twine in the country.
The sign industry and collectors divide the types of signs into what's known as production signs and custom signs. The production signs were the ones for the big retail companies and usually were familiar to people from coast to coast. But the custom signs were usually for smaller businesses. The museum has plenty of both.
Most of the automobile signs, as I mentioned before, are production signs, a mass-produced Buick sign. Here in the museum, although we do like production signs, I specifically treasure the one-of-a-kind custom mom and pop signs. Okay, so we have a mix of both, but my own particular favorite are the custom signs.
And there are also great stories that are told on the museum's guided tours. This one is of a familiar sign of the Big Boy.
This is an early version of the Big Boy. If you look at his back pocket, he's still got the 3-dimensional slingshot in his back pocket. Later on, they simplified the mold and they made the slingshot embossed into his pants. A lot easier to make the sign, plus somebody wouldn't snap off the slingshot and take it home.
The American Sign Museum has only been open since 2006, and it's already seeking larger space as it continues to acquire signs that make people remember when.
Join us on our video journeys each season as Sentimental Reflections presents America's heritage in story, scenery, and song. For more information about the video magazine or to become a subscriber, call 1-800-762-0338 or visit us online at sentimental.cc.